what this program teaches is a set of skills which we in psychiatry and psychology and so forth use as means of therapy, broadly speaking cognitive behavioral techniques. And if we inoculate the population, or starting with school children, to be sort of fluid and capable in applying these skills, there is a valid expectation, and it seems to be supported by the evidence so far, that the curve in terms of the distribution of these skills will shift in a way that in later life people don't flow through to mental health service or the correctional services.
I know that if we can get well-being right for our children, we can get learning right for them. And I see little children coming into our school who are already fractured, who are already disconnected, and you just know that they're starting from behind the eight ball at such a deep level. And so I'm looking for something we can do, not just as a school, not just as a community, but I was really enchanted by the vision for the state of well-being and the difference that that can make.
Is that some of the skills are really quite simple to learn and quite effective, but I'm most impressed because they're science-based, they're evidence-based, and I can feel confident taking those skills back to my classroom that my students will benefit.
If we can work with education and health together, we can actually reduce the number of statistics in the area of suicide prevention, whether that's suicide, whether that's complete or attempted, and I think it's a very large number in Aboriginal communities. So I'm quite keen to look at ways of doing a research-based project with education to see how we can develop something within the communities.
What was really important about this program, I think, is that it has far-reaching outcomes, and I can see the program working not only with our Year 8 students but right through to Year 12 and of course moving on to secondary, tertiary education.
And to be able to do that on a community basis in Mount Barker is really exciting. The thought of actually being able to do it across the whole state, I think provides a fantastic challenge and opportunity for our young people and families.
But we're really hopeful that we can improve the well-being of our staff, many of whom are young, and so we're going to pilot this in Adelaide initially and then possibly roll out nationally.
Speaking as a clinician about patients I treat, a lot of presentations we later in life then meet as conditions of depression and anxiety have at a core a skill deficit. And if people would have acquired the skills which when they acquire through therapy at much lesser cost earlier in life, they may not have ended up in a situation requiring mental health services in the first place.
I think is a really huge thing for our community in Adelaide, in South Australia, because we are small and we are already really well connected, and so if we can just build on that, we've got something very powerful. And then if we can include all those other people who are on the margins and really needing to be supported to become more resilient, then I think we really have got a place to go. So it fits with my sort of philosophy, and I think it's really going to support my work too.
There was certainly going to be challenges ahead in terms of how we might build consistency around this, and how you go about whole of school and preschool change, let alone regional change. But those challenges seem to me to be ones that are worth having.